Why? The Vietnam War, Nuclear Bombs and Nation Building in Southeast Asia. By author Mike Swanson, with new documentation never seen before that'll open your eyes to events that led up to this. Why? The Vietnam War, Nuclear Bombs and Nation Building in Southeast Asia, 1945 through 1961. Get your copy today at Amazon.com. Why? The Vietnam War, by author Mike Swanson.
The War State by Michael Swanson explains the great national transformation that took place and put the Kennedy presidency in the context of the times and reveals never-before published information about the Cuban Missile Crisis. President Kennedy would not have been assassinated if he had been president 200 years ago. His assassination took place in the context of the Cold War and the rise of the national security state. Before World War II, the United States was a continental republic. In the decade that followed, it became an imperial superpower. Generals such as Curtis LeMay not only wanted to invade Cuba, but knew that there were short-range missiles on the island armed with nuclear warheads that they could not destroy because they were on mobile launchers. Their invasion could have led to a third world war, and they wanted to go to war anyway. The War State by Michael Swanson reveals why and will show you what President Kennedy was up against. For more information, thewarstate.com.
The Ochelli Radio Network.
WallStreetWindow.com. Gold, silver, the stock market. WallStreetWindow.com.
Perhaps you're invested deeply.
Perhaps you're not in deep enough. Maybe you're thinking about getting started. WallStreetWindow.com. Michael Swanson, the brilliant
and it's in
the War State, understood these trends professionally for many years, and now he gives you the benefit of his knowledge. WallStreetWindow.com. Go there now. Go there now. Go there now.
Ochelli.com.
Go ahead, caller.
Yeah, I'm interested in the truth about the JFK assassination.
Right. Well, what do you want to know?
Judy Baker's wild claim, Oswald girlfriend, he knew Ruby and Barry, cancer weapons. Really?
I imagine I could claim I have 4 wheels. It doesn't make me a wagon, but okay.
Oswald was on the kill team and trying to prevent the murder of John Kennedy. Come on now. Has a real expert on the JFK assassination looked into her claims?
Go to Amazon.com, enter Judith Baker in her own words. You'll get results for a digital copy of a book where Walt Brown utilizes her own words and the known evidence in the case to get at, well, a different perspective, let's say. You can get Judith Barry Baker in her own words from the author himself, signed if you request it by contacting Dr. Brown at KIASJFK@AOL.com. It's a fun book, and it actually dissects the many, many fantastic claims. Judith Barry Baker in her own words.
Thank you for all the great information.
The views expressed by callers, schools, or anyone else who happens to get on the air at Ochelli.com do not necessarily reflect the views of Ochelli.com or Chuck Ochelli, and we are not responsible for any stupidity which might ensue. Thank you.
Revelation through conversation.
In Denial, Secret Wars with Airstrikes and Tanks by Larry Hancock. Secret wars became a staple of U.S. covert operations and are still happening today. Larry Hancock's book, In Denial, rips the cover off many of them. Using new files, it exposes things about the Bay of Pigs that no one has ever written about before. It shows why it really failed and why the United States did not learn from it. It also shows why other countries today are doing secret operations with more success. This is the book that puts what some want to deny into the light. In Denial, Secret Wars with Airstrikes and Tanks. Larry Hancock. For more information, go to larry-hancock.com. Pick up your copy of In Denial at amazon.com in digital or physical form.
Uncle, do you remember that time when Benjamin Fulford said that an Asian secret society was going to dispatch ninjas to take down the Illuminati?
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, in the cartoon.
Yeah, did that ever work out too good?
No.
It didn't, did it?
Didn't work.
But here on Ochelli.com Radio Network, things work out a bit better, don't they?
Much better.
Much better.
It's clearer in understanding about the programs. The programs are much clearer. Getting live people into it. They really have a good conversation going.
Much better.
Much better scene.
I say forget Benjamin Fulford and his ninjas and listen to the Ochelli.com Radio Network.
I agree. It's straight to the point.
Straight talk.
And I like that idea.
Ochelli.com. The Ochelli.com Radio Network.
Ochelli.com.
Revelation through conversation.
Warning, 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 warning. This is a Menacing broadcast. Code red, here we are. Pick up your iPad and your cell phones and have me and listen to Uncle the Podcast. Watch out. If you're sitting down for this, or if you're standing up, you better get ready for this, because it's going to hit the eardrums. Uncle the Podcast.
You are listening to Uncle the Podcast. My name is Aaron. I'm the nephew-in-law. Here with me is the star of the show, Uncle.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are here. We are hitting the 317th episode. Right. How do you like that, people? We're reaching that 400 mark. Now I have a special thing. If everybody will start calling on the telephone that you have on the side, call in.
The number to call in tonight is 319-527-5016. You can also use your Skype program. If you use Skype, find our producer Chuck. He's Charles.Ochelli. What you do is you type him a message. He will call you, bring you on the show, Charles.Ochelli on Skype, or call the phone number 319-527-5016. That's the Uncle Show, Sunday nights on the Ochelli Radio Network, Uncle.
Especially
Jimmy
is the
go ahead.
Especially beneficial
is the Skype for international listeners, because you can call in for free that way. You send me a message, I will call you into the show. We have listeners, a bunch of them in Canada. We have Great Britain listening tonight, because that's what it says, Great Britain, which is odd. But Great Britain, United Kingdom also. I don't know why those are separate, but they are separate.
Nice.
In addition, we have Australia, we have the Netherlands, we have, we have Mexico City. Yes, Mexico City, Mexico. Very good. And let me just double check one more time. All over America, of course, but wanted to let you know about the international listeners. So you could call in for free by sending me a message on Skype. I am Charles Ochelli, as Aaron said, and yes, I will call you into the show via Skype, free, and you can join Uncle live. There you go.
There we are. Uncle.
And Jimmy, give me a call, quick. You got to talk about something.
Hurry.
He'll be up there. He'll be out there.
You think any second now he might call in?
When you hear a ring bell, you call.
Okay. Well, we'll be listening for the phone ringing. Yeah. Surely it will eventually.
Yeah.
And yeah, every Sunday, open phone lines, everybody. So just remember, thank you for being here. If you're new to Uncle the Podcast, this is what we do. Uncle has a show. We make the show. You call in. Sometimes we have a guest.
Yeah, if there is one.
Sometimes.
I don't know yet until Sidekick here sets it up.
I reveal that to Uncle.
I don't know.
But the wonderful thing here is that you, as the caller, have the power to make yourself a de facto guest. Sometimes when you call, by the sheer power of your voice and your words, if your words echo strong enough on this podcast, you become a guest by merely calling. That's the power of the phone lines on Uncle the Podcast. It's amazing, Uncle. Right? You ever think of that?
No. Well, let's see. Now we talk about, I got a special announcement tonight.
Oh, boy.
He told me to give it on my hour because it is a special announcement.
It is.
People, get yourself ready. After when?
This will be effective in the new year, starting in January.
January 1st, this will start. We have my regular day Friday. So why I have myself on the side here a drink, so everybody can have a drink and don't have a problem to go next day to work. So we can go right back to what we were doing with the drinking. But right now, we're not testing anything. I'm just having a drink to have a thing for that new news.
Okay, so we have this beer that we're going to drink now, Uncle, and this is a celebratory beer we're going to have to celebrate the concept
of the comeback, return on Friday. That's what it's about.
Well, so what Uncle is saying
Go ahead.
is that we will be able to do the show on Friday nights once again. The reason being that my schedule at work has miraculously changed. It's pretty exciting, actually. I will say this, that what I'm going to be starting to do is the 4-day work schedule, where I actually have 3-day weekends, and the first day of my weekend is Friday. I have Friday, Saturday, Sunday off. Look at me. I mean, look isn't that crazy, Uncle? I'm living the dream.
This is what I was actually hoping for. So, first phone call. All right, go up there, Jimmy. Come on, hello. You're on air. So I told you, Jimmy. Hello?
We'll see.
Hey, Uncle. Yep.
What I tell you?
Oh, that's good news.
You got that news? You got that news?
Yeah, that's good news. That means Fridays will go back to being normal.
Yeah, it's the same system on Friday.
Should be, yeah.
Should be on the same.
That is, if Chuck will have us back on that day. We do have to.
Oh, yeah.
I know that.
No, absolutely. I'm hearing this for the first time myself. I was kind of laughing, though, because I'm like, they didn't even ask me, but okay.
That's what I was surprised and asked. That was the next question I was going to ask you. But that was a surprise.
Surprise.
is I don't want to jinx it, but it's possible that we could have 6 hours of radio on Friday if that happens in January with you guys. So let's see what happens. There might be a show before mine, a show after mine, being you guys. So it could be, something else, not saying who or what. Then my show, my usual Friday night call-in show, then Aaron, then Uncle, and that could be a 6-hour block on Friday nights, guys.
Yeah.
So that's the potential we have for coming up in 2024.
Oh.
So there you go.
There's your answers.
Well, that's downright exciting.
See, I surprised you, Chuck, see? I gave it out because he said he didn't want to do it on his hour. So he gave it to me to do it.
Yeah.
So what's the first day we could do this, Aaron? I mean, are we going to come right out of the gate, or are you going to, because we got the New Year's Revolution on a Sunday.
The Revolution is Sunday. I have to look at the calendar to remember. So 31st is Sunday.
It is?
It is.
And then that makes the 1st of January Monday. I believe, the 5th of January is Friday, right?
Well, you be good to go by the 5th?
Yeah, we could just start it then.
We'll start it on the 5th.
We could pick up there. We'll be fine.
So as of January 5th, the Age of Transitions and Uncle will both go back to being live on Friday nights. Okay?
Right. Yeah, that sounds right. That sounds right. I didn't think of the days.
Should be fine.
So we're right back to where we were starting.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that'll work out great. Okay, excellent. I'm actually happier with that now because, all the Sunday plans I had didn't quite work out. There were supposed to be different Sunday shows, and they didn't come through. And I even tried starting one with Mrs. O, and then Mrs. O got a job. So it was, and they scheduled her, even though she said when she got the job, look, I don't want to work on Sundays. I'll work any other day. They scheduled her every Sunday as soon as she took that job. So, it is what it is. And it's just haven't really worked out. I mean, for all my other stuff, you guys are fine, but I like it better when you guys were after me on Fridays. Like, we got to hurry up. We got to get to Aaron. Let's get to the show.
Yeah,
I
like it because I kept saying over and over something in his work has to change. And Noah Bazone comes down here and surprises us saying, hey, we got a 4-day week and I have 3 days off. Mm-hmm. So that threw me, all right, I can go back to my regular podcast day. I was hoping for that.
And I'm pretty sure Jimmy James has been asking for this for like a year. Jimmy, haven't you been for like a year for us to switch Aaron back to Fridays, or am I wrong about that?
Oh, yeah.
Jimmy?
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
There you go.
See, just everybody likes it on Friday. And then we can have our drinks again.
Exactly.
So I didn't push it. I was just learning to see what his schedules were going to turn out to be, and it turned out the way I sort of planned it.
I mean, honestly, I wasn't guaranteed, first of all, the 4-day week, but we made that happen. And then I wasn't beyond that guaranteed to have Friday as my day off, but I did through, hey, I'm good. I'm good like that. I made it happen.
You had insurity.
Yes, it's a seniority thing.
Seniority thing.
I haven't even been there that long. That shows you what seniority is where I'm at. But but hey, it's all working out. I like it. My job is just fine. Things are cool. I like the idea of the 4-day week. It's gonna be awesome. So we're gonna make the most of this.
But Uncle must be knocking into that mic. I think you got to take a look at that connection, Aaron, because it's making a lot of noise when it touches. You hear that? I mean, I know.
Maybe just don't touch it at all, Uncle. Just leave it there. We're good.
Yeah, it almost sounds like, you remember when Geraldo got in a fight with the Nazis and they broke his nose with the chair on TV and you heard all that noise on the microphone? Yeah. That's what it sounds like every time.
Okay. Yeah, so just leave this here, Uncle. We don't need to touch it. It's just fine. It's good.
You're going to have to check that after the show because that's woof. Okay. Anyways, sorry, I don't mean to distract, but this is great. And this is going to allow us to do a lot of other stuff, actually. When I was a salary worker, I put it together so that I got in. I had to do mandatory. I was supposed to do 50 hours, right? So I just did 4 days, and I was happier that way.
Yeah.
And I did, just 4 12-hour days. You stay 1 hour extra one day, boom, done. Or no, 2 hours over the course of the 4 days, and bang. I was happier that way. 3 days off works out great. If you get all your work done. So awesome. And yeah, Fridays. And Jimmy's not the only one. Other people have requested, why can't you put that show back on Fridays? They tell me all the time that they look for the show on Friday nights still, even though we always say, hey, it's Sundays. They get the podcast, everything, and they always forget somehow. I wonder how many people are going to start showing up and calling in on Sundays or whatever when we switch back to Friday. What do you think?
Possible. I hope not. I mean, it's bound to happen a little, but hopefully not too much.
If you give a shake in the clack rooms, give the shake in the clack rooms.
See, now he's off mic. I don't know if you know that.
He's off mic?
He's off mic. He's like he's across the room.
Really?
This needs a new one, man.
Maybe it's the cable or something.
Something's wrong.
Bad. Yeah, I think your cable is
Really?
bad. You heard that all of a sudden Uncle was like not on the microphone, right?
I didn't hear nothing. Yeah, he was totally off.
Yeah, see what Yep.
Okay, well, I could stop and get another cable. I have one around here somewhere.
Just try not to touch it, Uncle, for now.
I haven't.
Okay,
I'm just sitting like this. You might have to fix this, though.
Well, I can.
All right, well,
I can do that right now.
We could go to a break if you want, if you need a minute.
That's
You
fine.
know,
Yeah. I know I have an extra XLR cable.
Okay, this program will be off for a minute. All right, now we can fix.
So that's what we'll do. We'll just take a quick little musical interlude here and return with Uncle the Broadcast momentarily.
There you go.
Yeah, fix
All right,
this.
now they
Okay.
All right, you're going to hear the music fade, and it's just going to be your live, okay?
And it's getting around. Well, what are coming now?
You're live.
Okay, we're back, everybody.
We're back again. We have a little different typical here with the wires and all. We had to have a mission few minutes to fix.
Nothing we can't fix. We got it now.
Yeah.
We got a beer to drink.
We got a beer to drink for a celebration for Back to Friday. This ain't a test one.
And Uncle listeners, don't worry. You're not going to lose any time on the broadcast. We'll just go 6 minutes over this time, 6 or 7 minutes over, and that'll be that for tonight, okay?
Okay.
So you won't lose any Uncle time because we had a technical difficulty. And that's that.
Okay, fair enough. All right, so we're drinking a beer out of shot glasses. Interesting. Whoa. Oh, God. Boy, this is tough. This is Stone Buena Vista Salt and Lime Lager.
Where's it made from?
Salt and lime added. What is it made from?
Made United States? Or?
It's
real quick. Creative Accidents points out in the chat room that means that the old cards are good again.
Correct. Right. They'll stay the same. They will stay the same.
Didn't even have to change the card.
Don't have to change the card.
Look at that.
No, it's same what it says. What it says is what it is.
Yep.
You got it. What it says is what it is. And he also points out that Uncle's mic was off there for a minute, so we're all
That
good.
was the old one.
Well, we fixed that problem.
That fixed problem.
The magic of a cable, that's all it takes. So that's not
This
so
is
bad.
hilarious. He also, I'm going to grab this picture here, but remember I brought up Geraldo getting beat up and having his nose broken by the chair?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right, so guess what? He posted that in the chat. So let's see. I got it here. I'm going to try and grab it if I can. Am I on desktop? It's somewhere in here. Anyway, I'll get it. It's a Geraldo Rivera thing. Probably my downloads. There it is. I think that's it. Anyway, it should be in the live chat at Ochelli.com. Let's see.
I see the link to it. Yeah, we've got the link up on the Ochelli.com. It's a Twitter link, I see.
What do they got in the crack room?
Several
on your
things.
Side? What's going on? Do they know the good news?
Yes.
That's the crack room.
Crack room. Have you heard about the good news tonight? If so, let us know. Leave a comment in the Ochelli.com chat room.
Yeah.
You can also chat on the live stream channels at YouTube, Twitch. Well, you can't really comment through Twitter/X, but you can listen to the show there. Let's see here. The Crack Room 11111 Creative Accent says, which means yes, he knows.
Oh yeah, well he knew. He knew.
Yeah.
But
there's Geraldo Rivera. 27 years ago, 11/3/1988, I thumped racist skinheads during talk show, got nose broke.
Ooh, that's dangerous.
Oh, what a tough guy Geraldo is. Wow. What a noble thing to do. That's really something.
I've got your hood. I've got his hood. I've got his hood.
Who's his hood? Who's got what hood?
I never did see that. I've heard.
Who's got the hood? Who's got the what hood?
I assume that's a quote from the show, Jimmy. Is that what that is?
Oh, that's Jimmy. What are you talking about?
No, in this case, it was on Austin Powers when Dr. Evil was on Jerry Springer.
Oh,
and the topic of the show was, my dad is evil and wants to take over the world. And Dr. Evil took that Ku Klux Klan guy's hood and was running around. I've got his hood. I've got his hood.
Oh, whoa.
Yes, now I remember.
I remember that. That guy is funny. Awesome. Man, I got a kick out of that show.
The Austin Powers movie?
No.
Geraldo?
No, the what he said with the dating thing.
Oh. Okay.
It was the dating thing, and he's running around
The Dating Game? That was a show too. The show where they're behind.
You know that's a show I missed though. It was male and female talk, and then they get aggravated with each other.
Oh, you're talking about Blind Date, where people go out on a blind date, and then little word bubbles are coming up. They're making fun of them while they're on a date.
And that's on the show.
That's Jerry Springer.
Yeah, Jerry Springer. Yeah, that
Jerry
one.
Springer?
Yeah.
That's a dating show?
Yeah. So sort of like, I thought that, I was wondering where that is again. And that sort of got my attention. Because when they're going on the show, they're going on the show, and they're surprised, and I said, what? They say that, and then the man and woman get in an argument. Start arguing.
It's kind of after the dating. Usually it's like the baby daddy is hooking up with the baby mama's aunt or wife or girl.
Yeah, I get a kick out of it because the way they react.
It's a paternity test.
I'm actually in love with her too.
Yeah,
We're both
that. I sort of missed that show. I haven't seen it on the show lately.
It's very entertaining.
And has everybody seen it yet? Knows if it's back?
Yeah, Jerry Springer died.
Yeah.
He did? When he died?
He died. Creative accident just said April 27th in the room.
Oh, that was this past year. That's right. I knew it was recent. I know it was this past year.
He died. I didn't know
that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's gone now, so no more Jerry.
Oh, that's...
Well, copycat is a word that comes to mind. There have been shows that are similar to his, and certainly he was a pioneer. He was a television pioneer, no doubt about it. And there will be other shows that are similar, but of course they won't quite be the same. There will never be another Jerry Springer. So we must lament.
You know what kills me? Well, wait a minute. Lament, mourn, all that. It was a twisted version. And Oprah and what do you call it? Geraldo and Jerry Springer, all these people, they pretty much came around and said, let's steal Phil Donahue's idea. Right? Yeah. Sally Jessy Raphael, Ricky Lake, all of them, right? Let's just take Phil Donahue's idea, instead of doing, let's have an intellectual discussion with the author of this book. Instead of that, it's like just, I'm going to reveal a secret today. Your baby ain't your baby.
Yeah, that's how he reacted in the show. I'm going nuts and I'm watching it and they're going crazy. They're fighting.
There's no intellectual pretense going on with Jerry Springer.
Is Maury Povich still around? Because he used to do that. You are not the father, right? I mean,
Maury Povich is the worst because his is just like the trashiest thing in the world. I feel like he's trying to present it as though it's not. Right? Am I wrong? Am I like reading into this wrong? Believing that Maury Povich is like up on some moral high horse, thinking he's doing like some social good, making his show.
Well, weirder. What was even weirder than that to me is that after a little while, right, the security guy from Springer, which by the way, there's a final on that game. I want to know about it.
Oh,
you want final?
Oh yeah. Let's go to the score, the final score on the Chiefs versus the Green Bay Packers. Chuck, what do we got?
What do we have there?
Victorious over the Kansas City Chiefs, 27-19.
Oh, Green Bay, Uncle. Your pick is
we're tied.
That's no good.
Are we? Are you sure?
No, I'm getting close to you. Well, that's what I wanted to hear before she walks in.
Oh, that's important.
That's the one I picked.
Oh, but even worse, Gary Springer thing, really quick, Aaron, is that remember the security guy, the bald security guy, and they started chanting Steve. I forget what his name was, Steve something or other.
Yes.
Anyways, he gets a show and does the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
The same, like basically Jerry Springer light.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, it's because it's a formula. When the formula works, you use it. You don't change it. You go with it. You know what the people want. You just give them that. That's all it is.
You ever go to a taping of one of those shows since you're in California? I mean, there's a lot of them out there. They do tape some on the East Coast, too.
I've never been to a taping of a show I enjoy, let alone a show I loathe. I've never been to one of those.
You know what I miss? Going to L.A., going to a live show.
So you've been to a live show. What was it?
The comedy show in the Ladies Let Us In.
Oh, you're talking about the stand-up comedy. Yes, I've been to yes.
That's what we're talking about.
That was, so Uncle's talking about a podcast being recorded at a live venue. That was actually a lot of fun. That was
Yeah,
fun.
I like to go to some more.
That's
Anybody
a cool
know
thing.
if there's any out there?
Yeah, no, there's always, look, you got to follow different podcasts. They do different events. Like Kevin Smith is doing live podcast events right now in different parts of the country. But, what we were just mentioning there is, those talk shows like the Jerry Springer and all that, right? It's actually go in the audience. Have you ever been to one of those, Uncle? One of those tapings?
An audience?
Have you ever seen a live television show and sat in the audience while they're filming it? Have you ever been to any TV show?
Not like that, no.
My wife went to a talk show, but I can't remember which one it was.
Well, the only one I've ever been to is and they filmed it in a weird place in Connecticut, was Montel Williams.
Oh.
Yeah.
How did that go?
It was weird. Like they tape a whole bunch of them in a row too. You know how it's like, oh, this is a different day or whatever. No, they tape a whole bunch of them in a row. I actually went in a couple of times to sit in the audience a couple of times. I don't think there's any tape of me on TV with it. I went to Montel Williams intentionally. I was on the set for Morton Downey Jr., but that was unintentional. I don't know if you remember that, Morton Downey Jr.
Yeah, I remember him. Yes.
I wonder, Uncle, do you remember Morton Downey Jr., the guy who used to smoke on TV and yell at people?
Oh, yeah. I remember him. He started smoking and he started laughing.
He'd yell in people's face, because you're a dirtbag. That's right. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
He was one of the first guys to have Ron Paul on TV and stuff.
Yes,
too,
I remember the clip of that. When Ron Paul ran in 2008, that clip was making the rounds to help promote Ron Paul, sort of. It was weird.
Well, what was really strange is, remember we just told the whole thing with Geraldo with the Nazis, right? Is that Morton Downey Jr. turned around and faked a Nazi thing that he was attacked in an airport. You remember that?
Yeah. Yes.
Like people were laughing at him because he spray painted himself with a swastika on his head with spray paint. Did you see that?
And it was backwards, right?
Yeah, backwards paint.
Because he did it in a mirror.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're doing like this in the mirror.
Yeah, they used to film that in New Jersey, in Secaucus.
Oh.
That's why I ended up there. Anyways, not intentionally, but it was at, what do you call it? WOR, Channel 9, Secaucus, New Jersey.
Cool.
Well, how is Jimmy now? Excuse me, Chuck.
Jimmy, you ever been to those TV shows when they're getting filmed?
A Murphy Brown.
Oh.
You were in the audience for a Murphy, like you were studio audience for a Murphy Brown show?
Yeah.
Wow. I would have never thought that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's a show. Yeah.
Well, Jimmy, what do you think about your boys won the game today?
Yeah, that was a relief.
You got to
Still,
see.
It shouldn't have been so close.
Too close for comfort.
Well, we had those picked. I had those picked. So this way, I won in the pool, at home pool here that we were playing. I won 8 games. So that means you lost that game. So I kicked
one of them.
That's that game tonight.
I think 2 of them I got wrong.
And the one tonight.
Yeah. So the Green Bay one and the Philadelphia lost. I picked Philadelphia to win.
Well, I lost Philadelphia too,
Mm-hmm.
but I won tonight because I took Green Bay. See what I do? I might have caught up with you.
You didn't lose another one too?
No, I lost. I lost the Tennessee.
Yeah. Okay, I got that one.
I won the Dallas, of course.
So did I.
And
Houston,
I lost.
I got that one right.
What is it?
Sounds like I'm ahead, Uncle.
No, wait,
I don't mean to brag. I don't mean
to
boast.
I'm just trying to figure out the ones I've lost.
We're going to have to take a look at those sheets. There's no way around it.
Well, I know it's 8 because she counted it before. I was in second place with 7. So I know that 8 gave me up.
Yes.
It might be a tiebreaker. Never know for the Monday night game.
Uncle Sally Doll is in the chat over at YouTube, so glad to have you there, Sally Doll. She's saying that the teacher is teaching the teachers.
Which one?
All of them.
She's a teacher?
Maybe. I don't know. Could be.
Give us a call. I want to hear that. What's her name?
Sally Doll.
Sally Doll. Get that number down and give us a call.
319-527-5016. That's 319-527-5016. Sally Doll, you've been called to call in. Try it.
There we go.
There you go.
Phone lines are always open on this Sunday night. Soon to be Friday night. Sunday night for now. This is exciting.
Yeah. Well.
We're having a fine time on the Uncle Show. Uncle, I have been going about searching, trolling.
On what?
Scouring the entire internet for guests to come onto the show.
Oh, your boy checking now?
It's only a matter of time until the ultimate guest arrives on Uncle the Podcast. Live Sundays and also Fridays coming soon.
Yeah, that's what you should say. Sundays and come soon Fridays.
I just did.
That's what we have to say from now on. That's what you have
Sundays
to
coming
say.
soon Fridays.
Right.
Cool. I like saying that. Sally Doll's in the tub, LOL. Okay, so no call now, but whenever it's convenient.
Oh, yeah. Whenever she's ready to call. Because we're on for a few more minutes. I'm here on for a couple more hours.
We'll be on for a little while here for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, don't worry. We've got exciting shows coming up on the Uncle Show. And of course, we have the New Year's Revolution.
It is coming to
New Year's Eve.
Coming up at New Year's Eve one.
New Year's Eve, we will be live for 4 whole hours. My God.
We had a visit, went back to my grounds in Florida this summer.
Mm-hmm.
Chuck went to his thing, and we went.
Yeah,
away.
It was at the same time. Actually.
It was at the same time, so we timed it perfectly.
Yeah. Why not?
So and I had one of my guests that met us there. She'll call in on the New Revolution. She said she will.
Oh, somebody that we saw in Florida said that they would call in. Somebody that we saw while we were down there.
Missy P.
ICP is going to call in?
Melissa P.
Okay.
And him.
Oh, okay.
So everybody get ready, because this is what the crack room and everybody was waiting for.
Shaggy Too Dope.
The butt smacking.
Yeah, that's it. That's what it is. The butt smacking. It might be show. if she does it right. I don't know how she does it.
Yeah, we don't know how that works.
I don't know if she does. I don't know how she does it. That's why I said I don't know how she does it.
That'll be the last Sunday that Uncle does a Sunday. We'll start that at about 11 p.m. Eastern.
Oh yeah, that'd be the last Sunday.
To everybody in the 4 time zones in the continental U.S., we'll say Happy New Year to everybody. After 1 hour of setup and everything with Uncle from 11 to 12, boom, Happy New Year to the Eastern time zone, and then as each time zone gets to midnight, we'll say Happy New Year to him, right?
Yeah.
That is, I hadn't thought about that, Chuck, but that is appropriate that our last Sunday show is the Revolution.
It is. It's the only one.
Then we go into the new year doing the Fridays, and it's like reborn New Year Fridays. That's an interesting thing that I missed until you mentioned it. That's cool.
I didn't think of that until you guys mentioned that.
Surprise.
Surprise, people.
That works out. Calendar just so
I
happened
didn't
to do
realize. I didn't realize it was Sunday.
Who knew?
Who knew it would be Sunday New Revolution?
Not bad. Not bad for a revolution, I have to say.
Yeah.
No hiatus in the desert for Uncle. We're not going to be doing the show from the desert has spotty Wi-Fi, so I had wanted to do more shows out there, but the Wi-Fi sucks so bad, frankly, that we can't really do them.
Oh, so we're not doing them? Oh, that's up there. That's what I'm
wish.
asked. That's what I'm asking. Well, that was your planning.
Not until better internet services arise in the Landers area, which I don't see happening anytime soon.
That would, I mean, it has to be more people to make it clearer. Is that how it
there
goes?
has to
with
be
the-
just a better internet service provider in the area. There's only really one that you can get out there.
Oh.
And then there's the one that like you do through Elon Musk is the only alternative. But I think it's hard to even get. You have to get on some weird list to even do that. I don't know how that even works. But
That's
it's
good,
okay. We can do it from here in Riverside. Riverside's cool. We like it here. Do a show from here in the regular studio.
Matter of fact, on the Riverside situation, let me tell you something. They're making money, people. They're making money.
Who's making money?
You guys.
I am?
Yeah, renting out.
Renting out this house in Riverside
No.
that we live in?
No.
Landers.
The house.
Maybe.
I know you got people.
Everybody, let me introduce my personal accountant, Uncle. He'll let you know all about the financials that are just stellar. Isn't that right, Uncle?
Yeah.
How are we looking in this quarter? How are we looking coming in this fourth quarter this year, Uncle?
Fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Of what?
How are the numbers looking on Landers?
Oh, it's looking much, much better.
Yeah.
It's what I'm hearing from these two, him and his wife.
Yeah.
He's having one in December. How many in December? 5, I believe you said.
So that's the net income? is
Net
5?
income.
Net income 5. What's our gross income at? 4.
4. Yeah, that's right. 4. Because you had one that screw up. I call them screw ups.
So subtract the 1 from 5, you get the gross being 4 from the net.
Yeah, right.
There you go, everybody.
That's it. That's it.
Everything that you need to know. We're doing great.
Making money too. Making it work.
Hey, if you
He
say
learned
so.
it. Of course, people, you got to understand.
Mm-hmm.
They learned it from where we were on the farm. They learned it. Property is more expensible than anything. Land.
It's all about real estate, huh?
Real estate. Land.
That's where the
Land
money
and
is.
real estate.
Real estate.
That's where the money is.
That's the business.
And that's where they finally, these two, realized, hey, we can make extra money and have one working, one, try to think of getting in, but she can sort of relax, or the person can relax, because there'll be money still flowing.
Yes.
Between one person working and that working.
Capital gains.
Is that what it's called?
I don't know.
Oh, I don't know how it's called. That's what it's called.
Assets.
Yeah, that's it. Hey, Jimmy, what do you think about that?
I'd say that's good.
Yeah, so we have that.
I believe you're in the black.
Boy, I hope so.
We're in the black?
Maybe.
Well, what is money? It should be in the green.
Well, we just passed Black Friday.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So we must be in the black. Seeing as how we're in the retail industry.
Oh.
This all makes sense to me. That's all that I care.
Oh.
But Uncle's New Year's Revolution is coming up.
I'm telling you
New Year's
something.
Eve, everybody. Please call in. Please join us. Join the party. It's going to be amazing. It won't be in Landers, but it'll be even better. It'll be from here in our studio. We're going to do a special
And that
thing.
That revolution is only one person. It's mine. His show is canceled at that time, because mine, this revolution thing that I discovered to start it, was what I built up.
From the ground up.
Ground up this thing. What I would like to hear for New Revolution, we have these neighbors. I wish they'd call.
You want to get them on for the revolution?
Yeah. That would be a nice.
Maybe a neighbor could be on as a regular guest. I haven't seen have you seen any neighbors recently? Well, I mean,
I saw the daughter once.
Yeah.
But she's not the one. It's the mother, then the father, and the darn son that does it. And so I'd like to, but you say step away and let you do it.
Yeah,
so,
let me handle that. But maybe
you have to handle that. Try to handle it before the illusion, if you can.
Maybe with my new day off Friday, what I can do is make Friday a day where I go around knocking doors in the neighborhood.
Yeah,
just
okay.
knocking on the door saying, hey, I'm your neighbor. Do you want to be on a broadcast?
Yeah, do that.
I'll just do that to every neighbor we have until somebody says yes.
Yeah. And then that way, if they want to.
Is that one guy?
What?
Is that one guy out of jail yet that was driving around with the hand grenades? Ask him. Didn't you have a neighbor that had some ordnance?
Hand grenades? Oh, you're talking about inlanders. The guys out in Johnson Valley that had a bomb that were pulled over on the side of the road with a bomb in their trunk.
Bomb in their trunk?
Yes,
Where did this come from?
Yeah, I saw them on the side of the road actually in Yucca Valley.
I didn't see this.
Uh-huh.
I must have not was with you.
No, it was only me and my wife. We were in Yucca Valley working on the Lander's house.
Oh.
And there was a car pulled over by, I think it was the sheriff's, had them pulled over in the lot of a bank. I was like, what the heck is going on? It was all like they had it taped off. And then I read a news story about it the next day. It was actually these guys that had a bomb in their trunk. And they were these sovereign citizen sort of, let's say, conspiracy-minded individuals that lived out beyond Landers in Johnson Valley. And they had like a compound out there. And I guess they got in a little bit of trouble for that one.
The people.
Yeah, the guys that got pulled over with a bomb in their trunk.
I don't understand. I tell you, I can make a story at Landers.
Oh, yeah.
In some way, I can make a story for Landers. I think this new year, I think I'm going to do that. Make a story for
you know
Landers.
You know what? I want to say you were with me in that same street corner. There's a bank across the way, which we were at, and we were parked in the lot. I don't know if you heard it, but I walked over to the ATM machine, and I walked right by these people's truck. There was like a guy in the passenger side of this old full-size beat-up truck with trash all over the dashboard, and there was a woman in the driver's seat. She was talking on a cell phone, but talking isn't the right word. She was screaming into the cell phone. She was saying like, I'm here on the corner of 247 and say, I'm here at the bank. Come over here now. And she was like screaming into this phone at somebody, like telling them where they were. She kept saying it over and over. I don't know who she was talking to, but I get the impression that she might have been talking to somebody at home, wherever their home was, that might have been not completely conscious due to likely drug activity. I'm guessing. I'm assuming a lot. But she was talking to somebody who's having trouble listening, and she was trying her best to get them to understand so that they could come over and help her with, I'm not exactly sure what the situation was, but I was taking a hands-off approach. I just went to the ATM, got my money. I couldn't help but overhear the screaming at the top of the lungs, and then I got back in the truck and left. Did you hear that, Uncle?
Actually, no.
You missed that.
When was this?
This was a month or two ago. It must have been a couple months ago when we were up there. And I was just getting cash from the ATM, but man, oh boy.
I mean, maybe she needed help.
She needed help, but
what kind of help?
I don't think it was the kind of help I could offer. So that's why, again, I took the hands-off approach. If I thought I could help, I might have stepped in, but I think I would have caused more harm than good. So
I don't know what kind of problem, though. I don't remember that.
I'm sitting here in the truck at the bank. I'm here. Come down here now.
Saying that loud.
But again, this is just normal stuff. You know, this kind of stuff happens when you're out there. And
I don't know.
It's just a slice of life, Uncle. Just these
I
are the
don't
things that
remember
happen.
hearing that.
It's fun.
I don't remember that.
That's all the fun of the desert. It's a fun place.
I know that broad.
You did?
You know her, huh?
Who was she?
I think it's my ex-wife.
Oh, no. Here we go down with this activity.
Oh, boy. Okay, well, at least we know who it is now. But the exact details, again, I might have been reading into it, and I assumed a lot. I don't know what was going on. I don't know who she was talking to. I don't really have any damn clue what she was talking about. I don't know that she knew what she was talking about. I'd be surprised if she really did. But, you know, I mean, and I don't want to act like I'm judging. She clearly was in a less than ideal situation, so I don't know. Interesting, though. You know,
I think she needed Brady acting.
Brady acting? I don't know this kind of Brady stuff.
Yeah, I don't
I don't know. Send her to the nut house for 3 days.
Yeah, the nut house. That would work. Oh, yeah. Who's doing the next nut house, dude? You ain't supposed to be in here. Get your spit in here straight.
One of the most interesting things was the guy in the passenger seat just kind of sitting there with his head down, not doing a thing, while she was just... it just seemed like it was just another day to him, honestly.
It was another person with him.
Yeah, there's a guy in the passenger seat.
Oh, no, they both need some kind of activity going on. Yeah. What do you think this is? What are doing this kind of thing? Kind of talking, they should have that kind of conversation.
The desert is... what I like about the desert is that you will see folks like this out there. Then you will see the LA sect that are coming out there on their little trip, and they all got their fancy cowboy hat and their fancy clothes on, and they're you can spot them a mile away. You also have the foreign tourists that you can tell that they're from another country too. You've got the weirdo art people that live out there. And it's just it's quite the mix of people and characters you have in the desert, and it's always, I mean, just going out in public it's an adventure. I love it, honestly. It's always fun. I love being out there because of the beautiful landscape, and it's just like I feel better just like driving around, walking around outside, just being out there first of all. But then when you go mix and mingle with the locals and the visitors and whoever you happen to run into, that's another treat all of its own, because you never know what to expect. You never know what you're going to see next. It's cool. I like it. I like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Uncle's New Year's Revolution's coming soon, everybody. You better be calling in, even if it's for a couple minutes on New Year's Eve. Here on Ochelli.com, we'll be live.
Talking about the revolution, we get ready to get some drinks. Go back to our favorite areas and stack up. Sidekick.
I'll stack up. We'll have a bunch of stuff like this.
Yeah.
And more. We'll be drinking liquor of some kind, I'm sure.
I don't know what.
We encourage you to do so as well, but please be responsible. Do not drink and drive. If you're going to be drinking, have a designated driver.
Yeah, what?
I've got an amazing thing that popped in my head I want to ask you guys about.
What's that?
Yeah, it would have been right about where you guys are. You ever hear about that screenwriter that disappeared in the 90s, and then they found his Explorer in the aqueducts like a year later, some crap?
No, this does not sound familiar to me. This happened in California, obviously, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You don't... It was a big story for a while. The guy's name was Gary something.
What?
Shandling.
But Arnold Schwarzenegger and Van Damme were out taking part in the search party, so...
Gary Devore.
He was at...
Gary Devore?
Gary Devore.
Gary Devore.
You remember that, Chuck?
You remember that?
Yeah. Let's see. Let me get something up on this. It's happened in the 90s. Let me find it. I know what he's talking about. Okay, yeah, screenwriter mysteriously killed in 1997 after finishing script that revealed the real reason for the U.S. invasion of Panama. Had been working for the CIA, and both his hands were missing when they found him.
Oh.
And it's, yeah.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. No, I haven't.
I do not recall that. That sounds like something Dave McGowan would have written about. I don't remember that story.
Story from the Daily Mail right here. I'll just read from it real quick. When the skeletal remains of Hollywood screenwriter Gary Devore were found strapped into his Ford Explorer submerged beneath the California aqueduct in 1998, it brought an end to one of America's most high-profile missing person cases. The fact that Devore was on his way to deliver a film script that promised to explain the, quote, real reason, end quote, why the U.S. invaded Panama has long given rise to a slew of conspiracies surrounding the nature of his, quote, accidental, end quote, death. It didn't help that Devore's hands were missing from the crash scene, along with the script, and that investigators could offer no plausible explanation as to how a car could leave the highway and end up in the position it was found a year after he disappeared. Yeah, that's what he's talking about.
Oh.
Interesting. I don't remember any of that. That's fascinating, obviously.
I haven't heard of
disturbing.
There's a article in the Ochelli.com chat room. So
about that?
Sally Doll says that he died on my mom's 50th birthday.
The what? What was that?
You think that's titillating? You think that's titillating, Aaron? You want to hear another little factoid that's a little crazy but true?
Sure.
What is that?
Right on us.
Allegedly, well, no, this part's definitely true. Let's just say one of the prime characters involved is none other than Tommy Lee Jones's cousin, a CIA officer by the name of Chase Brandon.
Oh, Chase Brandon was involved in this somehow?
Oh, yes, he was indeed involved somehow.
Oh. Wow, look at that.
Allegedly, I'm assuming he was involved. Like, what's the allegation?
No, there's no alleged about it. He definitely showed up to the widow's house and destroyed her computer, so he's involved.
Okay.
Involvement.
Interesting.
Involvement.
The plot thickens. Yes, we know Chase Brandon. I know Chase Brandon, at least. He had a Hollywood liaison for the CIA. That was his job for quite some time.
You know what we haven't heard much of? Come to think of it.
What's that?
Your buddy, I haven't heard a lot about.
Which one?
Themes and moods.
You're talking about Adam that I do themes?
Not Adam. You're
talking about Tom.
Yeah, Tom.
Tom disowned me.
What happened?
I'm not good enough to be friends with him anymore.
I didn't hear about this.
That was his choice. If I'm not good enough to be his friend, then I don't care. He made that choice. It's fine by me. These things happen, Uncle. Sorry to break it to you. So
I was going to ask him, did he ever find the thing about the tapes?
You'll have to ask him because he won't talk to me, Uncle. I'm not good enough to talk to him.
That's what I wanted to know. I didn't hear him.
Uncle, I'm the scum of the earth. You didn't know that? I'm dirt. I'm dirt. I'm a worm. I'm scum. I'm not worth talking to. I would stop talking to me too if I was somebody who knew me. Quite frankly,
I don't know. That's something new, people.
I don't mean to be harsh about it, Uncle.
But I know. But it's just that what came to me is I was just asking if he had that thing.
He doesn't want to talk to me.
Just plain.
Send him an email sometime. He'll probably talk to you.
Oh, I don't know his email though.
Well,
I can get it to you if you want.
Oh, okay, give him to me.
Okay, so this is the Uncle Show.
Yeah.
UncleThePodcast.com is the website. At Uncle Podcast, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Press the button there.
Press the button there. You get more information.
If you want to be a guest, you can call into the show if you're so inclined, or I will invite you, and if you're crazy, you will say yes when I invite you. And I look forward to speaking to insane people in shows in the future. And until then, this is Uncle's show. So, Uncle, why don't you just bring us home for...
Are we ending the show, Jim? I mean, Chuck?
Yeah, if you're ready to end, we can end it. You got Jimmy, though. You want to give Jimmy a shout-out before he goes?
Jimmy, give a shout-out. I didn't know we were that close away from ending.
Shout out to all seekers out there. Cool. Keep seeking.
Thank you. Do you have a shout-out you want to give, Uncle?
Shout-out to the one that I had just discussed that he's not a friend with.
Well, it's not my fault. It is my fault. But
your fault.
It's my fault that I'm not his friend because I'm not good enough to be his friend. I don't know if he's gone about talking about me afterwards. I know he's done it with other people. I don't care if he has or not. It doesn't matter to me.
I'm going to shout out to him. I'm saying it.
That's good.
I'm shouting out to him. Mm-hmm. So, what's the matter? That's my shout out to you. These very unsettling news that I just got that I didn't like to hear.
It's not a big deal.
But I know to me it is because I wanted to find out about the tapes.
Well,
but
the answer to your question is I'm the problem. I'm the problem.
I don't know. Well, this is the first thing I haven't heard of.
Not a big
I
deal.
never knew that.
It's not the first time that's been the case. It's not the last.
Oh, well, and shout out to everybody that has been listening and have called in. And a shout out to a very good producer out there that's doing an excellent job knowing in about 10, 20 days, he's going to be busy. Shout out to you there, old Chucky boy. There's our show. Bye-bye.
See ya.
Yeah.